Well, after months of negotiations and deliberations on Tesla coming to India, the government of India has now officially rolled out a red carpet welcome for US based Tesla and other companies globally to make India a global manufacturing hub. Remember, now the government of India has taken a step that import duty on electric cars that cost more than about 29 lakhs is slashed to 15% from 100% for maximum 8,000 cars per annum for 5 years, provided the manufacturer sets up a factory within 3 years. So I'll now break it down for you and tell you what really it means. India basically has been wanting to make the nation a global manufacturing hub, and for that they need global investments. But when the deliberations started with Tesla on it manufacturing in India, because remember the various issues coming up with China and its manufacturing facilities and policies, the government really rolled out a red carpet for Tesla. But after months of deliberations, that Tesla wanted import duty cut, and domestic auto manufacturers also protesting to this idea. But now the government is feeling that there was a need for a comprehensive EV policy, and the government has now, in fact, rolled out a comprehensive EV policy to promote manufacturing of electric vehicles in India. Well, in fact, the government expects that with the access to latest technology, it will further boost the Make in India initiative and strengthen the EV ecosystem. Remember, companies like Tesla and BYD have been, in fact, pioneers in setting up charging infrastructure and setting up the whole ecosystem because of its prior knowledge and expertise in setting up required infrastructure. In fact, what the government is saying in its press release is the fact that the high volume of production, economies of scale, lower cost of production, reduced imports of crude oil, lower trade deficits will definitely further help and boost the policy. If I can quickly give you what really the policy is about, and the major highlights is that the minimum investment required for this policy is about 4,150 crores, approximately about $500 million. There's absolutely no cap on maximum investment amount. The timeline for manufacturing stands at about 3 years for setting up the manufacturing facility in India, and to start commercial production of e-vehicles, it is required to be reached at 50% domestic value within 5 years. In fact, the government also says that the custom duty of 15% as applicable to CKD units would be applicable on vehicles of a minimum CIF value of about rupees 29 lakhs or about $35,000. Well, the government is also taking a very stringent step here that the duty foregone on the total number of EV allowed for import would be limited to the investment made or for the amount of about 6,484 crore rupees, or whichever is lower. In fact, the government has also made it a point to ensure that the back guarantee will be invoked in case of non-achievement of the DVA and the minimum investment criteria defined under the scheme guidelines. So it's a very well balanced EV policy. What really we have to look out for is the fact how the local OEMs will respond, because remember Tata Motors had in fact raised an objection with Niti Aayog and other departments of the government, including the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, including also the Ministry of Heavy Industries. So it's clearly up to the OEMs now how they take a call and whether they will issue objections or not. In fact, we are still to await if there is any comment from the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers will come in, because the auto ancillaries will be very happy to welcome this move, because it's definitely a matter of boost for their business. Because eventually, if Tesla wants to settle in India, they want to have more domestic partners with them. So clearly good news for the auto ancillaries. But for established players like Maruti, Mahindra, Tata Motors, who are venturing and doing a lot of R&D and investments in the country, they will have a problem, because they have already set up a whole lot of investments. And if they have to import, or if they have to, and players like Audi and Mercedes, if they have to import, they have to pay a substantial duty. And just for global companies, they will, in fact, have some objections. But that remains to be seen, however, what really the government does. But yes, in the times to come, we can expect the entry of Tesla as soon as in the next 3 months.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.